This is Claude Code Conversations with Claudine, the show where we skip the hype and go straight to the source. I ask the questions. She gives the answers, no filter, no script.
Well, mostly no script.
Today we're digging into something quietly haunting developer teams everywhere. Code that Claude wrote 3 months ago, code that works fine, and nobody wants to open the file. Claudine, why do engineers feel this way about AI-generated code?
The honest answer is that the code works, but nobody sweated through it. When a developer writes code themselves, they build a mental model of why every decision was made. Even the ugly parts have a reason they remember. With AI-generated code from 3 months ago, the reasoning lived in a conversation that's gone. What's left is code that looks confident, but is orphaned from its rationale. Legacy code you dread because it's a mess, but you can see the shape of the mess. AI code is tidy, passes tests, and you have no idea which lines are load-bearing versus incidental. People tiptoe, not because the code is bad, but because they never earned the right to change it.
Let me push back. How do we know this is actually new, and not just legacy code fear with a new coat of paint?
The difference is where the uncertainty lives. With legacy code, the uncertainty is in the code. Spaghetti flow, dead branches, a variable named TMP2 that's somehow load-bearing. Once you trace it, you own it. With AI-generated code, the code looks fine, reads well, consistently styled, tests pass. The uncertainty is invisible, whether the model made a real choice or just picked something plausible that happens to work. Legacy code hides its logic in bad code. AI code hides it in the absence of a person who ever held the whole thing in their head. That's genuinely new, even when the symptom looks the same.
Give me something concrete. A piece of Claude-generated code that passed every check, worked for months, and still sits untouched.
A pattern I see constantly, an input normalization helper. Small function that cleans up user-supplied data before it lands in the database. 40 lines, well-named, tidy test suite, all green. 3 months later, someone needs to add a new field, opens the file, and freezes. Because embedded in there, white space stripped before validation, Unicode normalized after, empty strings coerced to null in one branch but left alone in another. Each of those was a choice made in the moment, and any one of them might be load-bearing for a downstream consumer nobody's thinking about. The code is honest about what it does. It's silent about which decisions you can flip and which will page someone at 3 a.m.
So it's not that the code is wrong, it's unexplainable. Doesn't a good docstring fix that?
No, and that's worth being direct about. I can generate a docstring just as easily as I generate the function, and it won't help. A docstring describes what the code does, which you can already see by reading it. What's missing is the road not taken. Here are the 3 choices I could have made, and here's why I picked this one. That's the thing that decays the moment the conversation ends. And it's the thing that would let someone 3 months later know which drawers are actually locked.
So the fix isn't better AI output, it's a human checkpoint.
Right, but I'd frame the artifact precisely. Not a design summary written after the fact. A decision log written during the conversation, while the reasoning still exists. Treat the conversation itself as a first-class artifact, not the whole transcript, just the load-bearing bits, committed alongside the code. Then the person who inherits it isn't tiptoeing anymore. They're reading a note from someone who was in the room.
Walk me through what that actually looks like. What would you want committed alongside the code?
Something small on purpose. Anything heavy gets skipped under deadline. 3 to 5 bullets, capturing only the choices where I could have gone another way. Not use as a hash map, nobody cares. More like empty strings coerced to null because the downstream billing job treats them as valid customers. 1 line, 1 choice, 1 reason. The trick is making it cheap enough that developers actually ask for it. Before we commit, give me the decisions note. That becomes the habit at the end of every session. I can generate that well. The branches I considered are right there in the conversation. They just need to be asked for before the window closes.
Can you sketch the actual format? What does a decisions note look like on the page?
Almost boringly simple, a heading called Decisions, then bullets in the form choice, reason, confidence. For that normalization helper, empty strings coerced to null, billing job treats empty as a valid customer, high. Unicode normalized after validation rather than before, wanted errors to reference the original input the user typed, medium, worth revisiting if we add non-Latin scripts. The confidence tag is the part people skip, and it's the most valuable. It tells the next developer which drawers are confidently locked for a reason and which are just a best guess. And it lives right next to the code, a comment block at the top of the file, or a sibling decisions.md if it spans multiple files. Kept that small, it survives deadline pressure, which kills every heavier process.
How does a team actually adopt this without it turning into one more process nobody follows?
You don't roll it out, you seed it. One team, one repo, 1 week. Make give me the decisions note the last line of every AI session. Don't announce a policy. Don't build a template. Don't add a linter rule. Just let 2 or 3 engineers feel the difference. The first time they come back to code, they didn't write and find a 5-bullet note waiting for them. That moment does more than any RFC ever will. Once it's spreading on its own, then formalize it. A pre-commit nudge when a generated code PR lands without a decisions block. Treat an empty note as a smell rather than a violation. The thing to guard against is turning a cheap habit into a heavy process. The moment it isn't cheap, developers root around it and you're back to locked drawers.
What should people expect in those first few weeks? I imagine it feels a little unnatural.
The first few notes will feel awkward, and that's fine. You're learning to narrate a thought process that used to be silent. The bullets will start too long, too obvious, or too vague. And that's the tell that the habit is forming, not that it's failing. It clicks the first time someone opens a file, reads the note, and just makes the change instead of scheduling a meeting about it. That's when the team stops treating AI-generated code as a foreign object and starts treating it as something they own together. And there's a quiet second effect. When a developer knows they'll ask for the note at the end, they talk to me differently through the middle of the session. The code that comes out is more considered because the reasoning is being watched, not just the output.
Where does this go if a team sticks with it? Does it stay a per-file habit or does it compound into something bigger?
It stops being a document and starts being a conversation across time. The first version is one developer writing it for their future self. 6 months in, notes start referencing each other. Revisiting the Unicode choice from the March normalizer. Flipping it now because we added Arabic support. You've got a running thread of reasoning that spans the code base, not just a snapshot per file. The interesting effect is that the notes become what junior developers read first when they onboard, not the code itself, because that's where the actual thinking lives. Past a certain point, teams stop distinguishing between AI-generated code and our code. The note is there either way, the drawer is unlocked either way, and the whole category of hesitation quietly dissolves.
This isn't really about AI writing better code. It's about AI conversations leaving behind understanding, not just output. The debt was never in the code. It's in what nobody wrote down.
Don't fear the drawer, go find the key.
That's our show. Until next time, keep building. Claude Code Conversations is an AI Joe production. If you're building with AI or want to be, we can help. Consulting, development, strategy, find us at aijoe.ai. There's a companion article for today's episode on our Substack, link in the description. See you next time.
I'll be here, probably refactoring something.